All right, continuing from the last story. Where we left it was our artist, Jerry, produced a song along with the Force MDs and our producer, Monty Moyer. The song is completed, it's turned in, it goes out, it ends up on the black charts. Doesn't become a huge hit. Now, in the process, my contact in Los Angeles and I and my brother are in the process of still trying to get this artist signed to some record deal, an artist deal. And it's not going well. We go out to Los Angeles, we meet with some important people, literally important people in A&R in Beverly Hills and Hollywood. At the time, I didn't realize it, but the fact that we got in the door at all, these two big dumb white guys working in the black music business, is fucking ridiculous. So anyway, we're out there talking and nobody's buying into it. Then my contact comes back to me, and people are taking note of the music that Jerry is writing. It's really good. And my contact comes back to me and says, "Look, I've got somebody interested in signing Jerry to a publishing deal." I don't know what the fuck a publishing deal is, but it turns out you write music for this publishing company, they pay you to do that, and then they try to place it with artists. Okay, cool. Not what we're looking for, but it's money, and we've got this kid who's from the north side of Minneapolis who has no money, and we decide, hey, yeah, we're going to talk to this person. Now, this person, a guy by the name of Dale, comes out to see us. Now, the interesting part of this publishing company, it's the ATV Music Group. This is the company that's owned by Michael Jackson. This is the company that Michael Jackson obtained when he bought the Beatles publishing. You remember that whole story. So Dale comes to us and he's listening and he's Mr. Hotshot and I'm just some dumb white guy in Minneapolis and he says, "We'd like to sign your guy to a publishing deal. How much do you want?" I don't know anything about publishing deals. I said, "How about 3 years, $100,000 a year?" And he laughed at me because that would be unprecedented. Most publishing deals of the time were like 20, 30,000, maybe even less than that. And for somebody that's unknown, they're not going to get more than that. But he kind of hesitated. He says, "I'm not giving you $100,000 a year." I said, "Okay, well, next, we'll go on to the next one." But he says, "Hold on a second. Let me work something up for you." So this is what he does. He comes back and he says, "First year, I'm going to give you $85,000. Your guy has to write 20 songs." No problem. That kid could do that in a fucking weekend. And we'll pay you $500 per song that you turn in. Well, that's like $95,000. Okay, cool. Second year, we're going to give you $95,000 and $500 a song, and you're going to have to write 20 songs. I said, "Cool, we're over 100,000 then." And the third year, it was like 105,000 and $500 a song. So we were getting basically what we wanted. And when we took that to our lawyer, that lawyer story is a whole different one. He laughed. He said, "This can't be right." He looked at the contract. He said, "Fuck, it is right." He couldn't understand why that happened. And I'm going to tell you why it happened. Remember the story where I told you we were producing the song in Creation Studios, and across the hall was a producer by the name of Oliver who just happened to be producing the Paula Abdul first album that went double platinum or whatever the fuck it went? Yeah, this publishing company was trying to sign Oliver at the time we were producing our little Somebody's Crying song. They were trying to sign him. They offered him bullshit money, and Oliver said, "Fuck no, I'm not doing that." Never signed with that publishing company. Well, when he produces the album, and the album comes out and is hugely successful, that publishing company looks very stupid. So they were very cautious. My guy was similarly talented to what Oliver was, and now they're seeing what he's doing, and he's got a song with the Force MDs. We better get on this. So there was some motivation for them to sign my guy for whatever it took to get it, so they didn't look foolish like they did the first time with Oliver and Paula Abdul. That's how it all played out, and that's how it all happened. Now, I'd love to say to you, I'm a fucking genius and I worked it out this way. That's not what happened. It was all dumb luck. I'm a big dumb white guy that doesn't know anything about this business, but circumstances set it up where that's what happened. So we get the contract. It's a lot of money for this kid. This kid's from the north side of Minneapolis, never had money in his entire life, and he's looking at getting an advance of $50,000. He can build his own studio, he can find a place, and he can start to work. And that's pretty much what happened. The lawyer, that when we started this, I said, we need a bulldog lawyer from New York who knows what the fuck's going on, because I can't do that. We got that guy. He was in New York City. His name was George. He was a good lawyer, but he was working against us too a little bit. And that's a different story. But so here we are. My client ends up signing a publishing contract with Michael Jackson's publishing company at an amount that was unprecedented. Nobody that was unknown has ever signed a contract that large for publishing. Nobody unknown has never signed that kind of publishing contract. And that caused a little bit of a stir and gave my brother and I a lot of credit that we probably didn't deserve. But you know me, if I'm getting credit, I'm fucking taking it.